We have a couple packages to go through today. This is the first one right here. Let's open it up. We have two 1964 proof sets. Of course, we'll be checking these for the accented hair Kennedy. I don't think they are, and I also did not pay this price plus shipping for these. So there we go. So I went to a bank today and we had a plethora of things. First off, we had $130 and in $50, 100 of those are sealed rolls, 30 customer wrapped. We had 2 half rolls, a Philadelphia George Washington presidential, as well as a Denver James Madison presidential dollars. So those are cool, packaged by the Danbury Mint, not the United States Mint. I also got a couple straps of ones. We'll put those in my ones hunt, which you'll see in a later video. We also got some older bills, which we'll go through now. And again, I guess I'll check for more important things later. And no spoilers here. But this next, oh, that's nice. This next bill is fantastic. Oh, and it's upside down even for us. Look at that. We got a silver certificate, wild in circulation. So that's wonderful. And then I just got this whole strap here. I have no idea what's inside. We'll also add that to the $1 hunt. All right, I decided to go through the strap of 50 now because it's really part of these old bills. As you can see, we did get a 1988, nothing too crazy, but we also got a 2013 B Star Note. These go for a few dollars per dollar because these are duplicated. This one is from Washington, D.C. because it does not have the Fort Worth here. There were nothing in those half dollars, so all we have is this wonderful silver certificate as well as this damaged, but still a 2013 B Star Note duplicated. If you have the matching one, let me know. In our second package, we have a package from Rob Finds Treasure. Let's open it up. All right, so here it is. It should be a seeded dime, I think, or something like that. I've won an EOS. There you go. So you can see 1880 something there. There's a hole on it though, but it is in fact a dime. Now, a video for you to look forward to is a PCGS submission, but we have 2 packages, well, a package and a purchase at the LCS to open up. First, the LCS, we got some 2.5 by 2.5 Mylar flips for the PCGS submission that I just mentioned. We got the presidential dollar folders, so we'll, maybe, yeah, at the end of the video, sure, we'll update those. American Women Quarters folder, Canadian 10 cents, and Canadian 25 cent books. All of these, like I said, we'll update at the end of the video. And I also need some more 2x2 half dollar flips. So we have those here too. Side here, we have the SD Bullion 5 ounce starter pack, as well as a roll of half dollars. So that's interesting. So it's a 5 ounce starter pack, and that's it. And this might be a 5 ounce bar. Instead of, I thought it was going to be 5 separate ounces, but I guess I'll take a 5 ounce bar. Okay, I have to say this is the heaviest piece I own, I think. And I like the Constitution, so yeah, that's always cool, 5 ounces. Now, for the $10 face value roll, this was actually on sale. It was a sale price, like at 17.5, I think, times face. It looks like we have a 64 ender and a Walker ender. So we'll open it up here from the 64 side. And taking a look at the edges, the most worn one is going to be that Walker down there. A nice 64 here. We have a 62 Benji. Nothing like some of these 57 Benjis I'll send in for submission. A 63 Benji. We'll check checkmate marks in a second. A 45 Walker, pretty common there. 64. Another Walker. 41. I like the variety. I'll give them that. I mean, I could live without 64s, but they are what they are. Another 63 Benji, a 57 Benji, a 64, a 59, a 43. Okay, one outside of the 40s would really make this cool. A 64, a 62, a 34, there we go, a 45, a 63, a 35, a 42, and a 35. So as we see here, we have a 34p, and we don't in the book, so that's a new addition. And I think everything in the next book we do have, but we can double check that. And I stand corrected. We need a 42S, and we have it right here. So 2 new additions in terms of Walking Liberties. And also 59D, we have neither of the 59s, so that's a new addition there. So 3 new additions on this purchase here. Remember, all 5 of these folders are empty, but we have a few coins to add, so let's see what happens. All right, so we're getting ready to fill out the first folder here, and I went into my silver stack, and, well, there's some silver ones that actually fit in this folder on this kind of side, especially this first panel. So we'll take a look at those, then we'll move on to these, and that's just in this first folder here, so pretty soon that's going to look pretty full. All right, the first folder's down, and that looks pretty good, especially considering I'm not in Canada. So let's move on to the next one. This has a lot of these, like, things here, which I'm not going to find here in America. Same thing here with the second one. So we'll do what we do, and we'll do the best we can. In the third folder, this is all we had. I mean, it's all the same, like that second folder there. I only had 1 in that second folder, which was the 1995. Of course, I have none of these special ones. So let's move on to the 10 cents. Hopefully we have better luck there. Again, we do have some silver to add on this first book here. Generally, I think going to be on like this side of things. So let's see what happens. All right, so this is how this folder is coming along. Actually pretty good. The reason I have so many silvers, part of the reason is actually I found some silvers just wild here. But the Canadian silver quarters and dimes I bought in the most viral video on this channel. So that'll be linked up in the upper corner. And moving on here to the next folder, I mean, there's not a whole lot of slots to fill, but we'll do our best with what we have. And that's the best we could do. 6, and one of them doesn't even count. It's a 2014. So, but, you know, something's better than nothing. Overall, glad to finally have these babies in folders instead of rolls. It's just, I don't know, easier to see what I have and what I don't have. Okay, now for the quarters, I just have to move it from the blank one to the labeled one. All right, and here are the presidential dollars finally in their folder. Of course, these are NIFCs in the second folder, but I've made a pretty good dent in them so far, so we'll continue to do that. First folder still needs some upgrades, but overall, in decent shape, save a couple.